For those of you who were here the first time, you heard me mention that I met Camille through the American Psychiatric Association, which is a national organization that is focused on mental health and wellness. And she works for the APA Foundation. APA is the acronym for American Psychiatric Association. Camille, why don't you tell us a little bit about the organization and also what you do for them now?
Thank you, Flavia. As Flavia mentioned, I am actually the program director for fellowships and medical student programs at the American Psychiatric Association Foundation. The APA is actually the largest organization in the United States and in the world, actually, for psychiatrists. I think current membership is somewhere between 37 to 38,000 psychiatrists for the APA. It's a member-driven organization that's focused primarily on the needs for psychiatrists. That's where they get opportunities to network, as well as get continuing medical education, certification. We provide a variety of services for the APA. The APA is basically focused on the field of psychiatry. The foundation is more the community arm for the APA. It is the nonprofit area of the foundation for the APA, and there are several different areas that we focus on. Within the foundation, there's a Center for Workplace Mental Health. We have a Schools and Justice initiative. We also have a faith-based initiative as well. And just this year, we're launching a play initiative. And so those different aspects, we are looking at ways in which we can help the community, because we're more community focused, as well as my area, which is fellowships and awards. We look for that. We're trying to grow the workforce. We're trying to provide professional development opportunities. We're also recognizing folks we have over 13 or more awards that we offer. So we recognize achievements, we provide funding for small organizations, we provide awards for external organizations that are doing well in the mental health space. So we have many different facets to the foundation. Currently, the APA Foundation has 8 fellowships for medical residents, and we also have a medical student program. The 8 fellowships focus on different aspects of psychiatry. So we have a Child and Adolescent Psychiatry Fellowship. We have a Diversity Leadership Fellowship. We have a fellowship that provides a fellow an opportunity to work on the Hill on national policy issues. And we also have the SAMHSA Minority Fellowship, which is actually a grant that we have with the Health and Human Services, where we work with and we try to nurture psychiatry residents that are interested in working with underserved minorities. And I can go on and on and on, but that's a very, very high level view of what the APA does. Our logo is a mentally healthy nation for all.
Mm-hmm. I have personal interest in learning about this play because it seems like it's something to do with children.
Well, it's more than just children. The play initiative is one that we're launching this year. It's really looking at it. Actually, we've always had it, but it wasn't brought to the forefront until a number of athletes have been public about mental health. So Simone Biles and others have been talking about the stresses that they have as an entertainer or as an athlete. And what we've realized is that we need to create or have that dynamic, focus on that particular dynamic. One of our board members is a former national athlete. And with his support, we have been launching the play section of our our focus. And it's for children, it's more of the Notice Talk Act as it pertains to the schools. We train professionals, psychiatrists also, as well as school personnel on how to identify a child that has a mental issue. So it's called Notice, Talk, and Act. So those are 3 steps that we focus on in getting help for help for children. And then there's the justice system, where we work with judges, where we train judges on how to deal with potential folks who are in front of the law because they actually have a mental issue. And as you know, most jails are filled with a lot of folks that have mental issues, but because they're incarcerated, we train judges on how to alternate ways or other ways in which we can support folks in that particular realm. And we're proud supporters of the new 988 mental health line that, in fact, one of our fellows is working on the Hill to launch that particular initiative. Let me stop.
That's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. I want to hear about how your work with the APA Foundation has transformed you. Oftentimes our relationships change us, our work changes us, or can inform, how we think, how we move through the world. How has it shaped you?
Well, I am very fortunate that I work for, I consider it the pinnacle of mental health. And especially seeing as I have, as I mentioned in earlier episodes, that I have a daughter with a mental health issue. I don't think many of my colleagues are aware that I do have, only because it's work, I'm involved in work, but I take full advantage of opportunities that the organization, the foundation, and the APA offers. And there's a wealth of information, and especially now with the pandemic and with our recent incidences that have happened on a social health, in the area of social justice, there are so many resources that are available, information that comes across my desk on my computer, listservs with specialty groups talking about issues. So I take every opportunity to learn as much as possible. And I do that for 2 reasons, not just for my benefit, but because I'm working with residents. Right now, for all 8 fellowships, we have over 170 or so fellows, residents that are going through their training to become fully trained in psychiatry. I look at as much information, look at potential speakers, look at potential opportunities for their professional development, as well as for my personal development. And so I find it enriching, very enriching. And I think I consider myself blessed that I'm in this particular position to not just help myself, but to help others exponentially. So I'm always an advocate for our fellows and our medical students, and the foundation, I'm pleased to say, is dedicated to the fellowship program I've been there now for 4.5, almost 5 years. And in that space of time, they have doubled the number of fellows that they are supporting through their 8 different fellowships. And most recently, we're poised to increase the number of fellows even more. Yes. So yes, I'm very happy with where I'm at right now.
Fabulous. So this is how I want to close. Your 3 top resources that you'd share with the community, and then how we find information about the APA Foundation. 3 top resources you'd share with the community, how we would find information about the APA Foundation.
3 top things. I think the Center for Workplace Mental Health should be a bookmarked resource. In fact, there are so many major employers that are involved with the Center for Workplace Mental Health. If you think about it, all of us have, well, for most of us have to work, and workplace mental health is crucial. You spend more than 80% of your time at work, and there are ways, there are opportunities, there are resources, free resources. They also have a paid section, but there's free resources for the public that you should really take, I think everyone should take advantage of. The second is, well, near and dear and true to my heart. For anyone who's interested in the medical field and want to take it to the next step and become a psychiatrist, I think the opportunities that we have for the field of psychiatry as it pertains to what I do personally, which is fellowships and medical student programs. We actually do have a workforce inclusion pipeline program where we have opportunities for undergraduate students who are interested in science, not quite sure what they want to do, if medicine is their field. We mentor, it's a longitudinal support system where we mentor folks, medical students, undergraduate students that are interested in science. And we provide them with mentors, we provide them with funding to take MCATs, we provide them with opportunities to travel to the APA annual meeting, but just giving, helping out the field, because psychiatry is one of the fields that we desperately need more folks to get into that particular area. Even if every medical student declares psychiatry as their specialty, we still need more. So I strongly urge anyone that's out there that's interested in science and possibly psychiatry to look closely at some of the programs that we have to offer.
Look for psychiatry here. So the programs that the APA Foundation has to offer, right?
Yes. But then support. There's ways in which we support not just anyone that's interested in the field of science or medical or medicine, but we also have awards that we give to the community for organizations that are working on mental health, especially minority mental health. We have the awards for minority mental health. We have just recently the More Equity Grant, where we give funds to organizations that are working with minority populations. And we offer a number of different awards. And I think it's time for the public to educate yourself, get to know the foundation and the work that we do. And the website is apafdn.org. That's for the foundation website. That I think it should be something that people should be going to learn more about the community side of the APA.
Awesome. 2 more resources for the community. 2 more. Your top 2 that you come across in your work that helps you learn, that potentially helps you and your family, organizations that people can be a part of. Your other top 2.
My other top 2. Goodness, I'm mentally going through the ones that I know, because I work for the foundation. That I get information from the APA side of things as well as the foundation. The foundation has a blog. The foundation has a social media website, Facebook page that can be easily found. They have a LinkedIn page. So I would strongly urge folks to look at our social media avenues, and there's several of them, so that's more than 2. And then if I had to put a second one out there, besides our social media outreach, that's a good question, because we do make announcements, but it's all on our web pages. You have to look at our web pages to see upcoming events and activities.
I see. So go to the webpage. That's what we're hearing.
Yes.
Go to the webpage and then visit the Center for Workplace Mental Health.
Yes.
Bookmark those 2.
Yes.
And that should be helpful. Thank you, Camille, for sharing these resources with us, for sharing a little bit of the work of the APA Foundation. We appreciate you. We appreciate your vulnerability. We appreciate your family. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you, Flavia, for inviting me. I appreciate it as well.
Hey, family. If you're finding value in our content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us reach more Caribbean immigrants who need guidance, encouragement, and a safe space to talk about mental health. Let's build this community together because our well-being matters. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. One love.